What is going on, Raider Nation? I'm your host, Cliff Fortin, and welcome to the Raider Fan Podcast. This is episode 5. I'm going to be honest, it's a lot different from 1 to 5, but welcome on this journey. Let's get right into it. Raider Nation, how we feeling about round 1? I got to be honest, picking up Brock Bowers as a tight end, I don't think that was on anybody's board. Anybody to sit there to say, "Oh, I had a tight end being picked at the 13th." I'm sorry, I'm not going to believe you. I said all year, or for the past couple of months, really, that the Raiders were not going to get a quarterback. We were picking 13. Too many teams needed a quarterback. Even though we tried to trade, it wasn't going to happen because they needed their franchise quarterback. And to be quite honest, I'm glad we didn't. I like our quarterback room. I know that I got a lot of flack for that. During the draft, I was live. We went live. I was live on my Twitter feed. I was on other people's feeds. We were on watch parties. We had a really good time. And everybody was saying, we need a quarterback. And as these quarterbacks were being taken, I was saying, listen, guys, I've said this before. The Raiders are not going to get a quarterback. It's just not going to happen. We're at 13. Too many other teams are not going to move. They're jumping on their quarterback. And teams that didn't want a quarterback, they wanted their wide receiver or they wanted their offensive lineman. This went exactly how I thought it would go. Not that I'm a genius or anything like that, but just reading the boards, just understanding what teams needed. You could see, I know a lot of people wanted a franchise quarterback. We may have one in the quarterback room. And I keep telling everybody, AOC was the second, let me repeat this, the second best rookie out of the 2023 class. We're ready to throw this guy in the garbage. I don't understand why. I think he's a good quarterback. I like how he finished the season. This kid got thrown into the mix mid-season. Head coach gets fired. GM gets fired. Offensive coordinator gets fired. He's there as a rookie quarterback, rookie head coach, rookie offensive coordinator, rookie GM. Did he struggle? Yeah, of course he did. But did he finish the season good? Absolutely. And he can only grow. He can only develop and be even that much better. So it really depends on what the Raiders can do. Do they have a quarterback coach that can really get this kid going? Along with Gardner Minshew and Anthony Brown. We have a solidified quarterback room. I don't know if they pick up another one. I really doubt it. But let's get into the first round draft pick, though, because that's what this podcast is going to be about. Mr. Brock Bowers, tight end from Georgia. Not too many people knew who he was. I'll be honest, I didn't see this coming. I went on Twitter and I started reading some of the comments of guys that cover football a lot more than I do. And everybody, Robert Griffin III and other people said, this is an absolute beast. When I read that, I had to go look. I want to go check out some highlights. I want to see what this kid's about. And I'll tell you, they weren't lying. This kid is a beast. He can block. He can catch. He can run. He can run and catch. He can get yak yards. This guy is no joke. And to be honest, we may have the two best tight end duos in the league. We got Myers. Now we got Bowers. I'll tell you, this may be some old school football, two tight end. I'm going to run the ball down your throat, or some play action. And if you look at how the NFL is right now, a lot of spread. We have some fast linebackers, but they're not big linebackers. And all of a sudden, we're coming down with some power football. I don't know. This may throw a little wrench into some other teams that are looking how to defend the Raiders. But I like this pick. And let's take a look at him. Brock Bowers from Georgia. Tight end, 6'4", 240 pounds, and the dude does move. Receptions, he has 175 receptions for 2,538 yards. He averaged 14.5 yards per catch. He averaged that. 26 touchdowns in 3 years. I'll tell you, that's not bad at all. And that's not all. His rushing stats, 19 rushes for 193 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's from a tight end. I mean, what more can you say? I like this pick. At first I was a tight end. I was hoping an offensive tackle. I was hoping a defensive back, but you picked the best player. We picked the best tight end in the draft. This can right now. A lot of people are not on board. Throughout the season, a lot of people may change that. So, Brock Bowers, welcome to Raider Nation. And let me show you a little bit of highlights.
Here we go now.
He's got Bowers. Bowers. Touchdown! Brock Bowers. Down the middle. Guess who? Brock Bowers. Bowers heading to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
This is value here. This is my 7th overall player, big-time player. But when you've watched college football over the last few years and you've watched Georgia, he's the best player on the field in every single one of their games. What he does with the ball in his hands, the run after catch, this is a big-time weapon that's going to pair up with a pretty darn good receiver to have there in Vegas.
Throws to Bowers. Touchdown, Georgia.
Raider Nation, that's our new tight end, Brock Bowers. I don't know what more to say about him. I can't wait to see what he does in minicamp, what he does in preseason, what he does in the regular season. Again, I'm not going to say this enough. I think it's a good pickup after watching some highlights. The highlights that I just showed are good, but going back and watching some film, this man is an absolute beast. I said he was a top 10. You heard it in the highlights. Top 7, and we got him at 13. The value was there. I think he's only going to help out, especially in the red zone. Whomever the quarterback is going to have 2 strong tight ends. We're going to have 2 strong split ends. We have 2 strong running backs, and the line is now coming along with this magnificent defense that we're going to showcase in 2024. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to round 2. So for now, I hope you like episode 5. And hey, Raiders, I'll see you next time.